Hey guys, I'm back down by the Russian embassy. There's a few protesters out here today, mostly protesting Tucker Carlson and Fox News than they are Ukraine. So that's the FBI counterintelligence house, but all the other houses have Ukraine flags or Ukraine balloons set up in front of them. Hey guys, I'm at the National Cathedral tonight and it is decked out in Ukrainian colors, blue and yellow. The Episcopal Church of Washington making their thoughts felt for the country of Ukraine. It's also lit up on the inside. So kids from a local private school have come out to support Ukraine today. Those are kids from a local private school down here protesting no war. The downside is that they're all going to Rocklands now, so no barbecue for me today. With the weather been so cold, I haven't gone for a hike in the woods in, well, quite a while. So let's go down here, Dumbarton Oaks, and pop up in the back way of Georgetown. This is the Dumbarton Oaks Trail. This walks behind Dumbarton Oaks Garden. It connects Wisconsin and Massachusetts Avenue into sort of like a connection trail between Rock Creek and the Glover Archibald Trail, which are two really big trails in DC. Hillary Clinton lives just up there. That's the New Zealand, that's the Danish embassy, and Hillary lives the other side of the Danish embassy. So she's right up there, and so is the vice president as well, and then down a little bit farther. It may seem very remote, but the reality is I'm just a block or two away from major parts of DC. Not a very steady. Since COVID came around, the government has decided not to kick homeless people out of parks, so you find a lot of tents all over the place. Now, I was in Hong Kong, most of my videos were like this. I'd always take you guys for walks up on the peak or for jungle trails in Hong Kong. There's so many. Here, I do hike in the woods a bit, though I'm a little bit more nervous walking in the backwoods of DC than I was in the jungle of Hong Kong. In Hong Kong, you had to worry about wild boar and poisonous snakes. They had cobras up in there and bamboo pit vipers. Here, you got other things to worry about, yeah? So on the trail, there are some pretty cool bridges, old stone bridges that were made. So guys, over here, 2920 R Street, this is the home of Katharine Graham, or the former home of Katharine Graham. She was the publisher of the Washington Post in a time with the Pentagon Papers and All the President's Men, Watergate, and she lived here, holding sway on the social circle of Washington, D.C. in this house. Now, interestingly, the Graham family actually bought this house from another colorful character named Bill Donovan, Wild Bill Donovan, the founder of the OSS and the Central Intelligence Agency. Bill Donovan used to live here before the Graham family. Pretty historic home. Now, that little yellow house you see behind the Jeep there, 3028 Dent Street, which is just down the street from Bill Donovan's house, which is over there. 3028 Dent Street is where William Colby lived, director of the CIA in the 1970s. Colby was the one who reformed the CIA after the Church Commission reports, and he lived right here down the street in Georgetown. So guys, like a lot of things that come in three, so do CIA directors. That house over there, 2723 Q Street, that is the home of Allen Dulles, or was the home of Allen Dulles, the longest-serving CIA director in history, working both under the Eisenhower and Kennedy administrations, and the brother of John Foster Dulles, who was the Secretary of State for Eisenhower. Allen Dulles lived right there at 2723 Q Street, just around the corner from William Colby and Wild Bill Donovan. Georgetown and spies, they go together. Across the street there is the First Baptist Church of Georgetown. That's a predominantly African-American church. It was set up in about the 1860s to 1880s by a former slave. You see, Georgetown used to be 1/3 to 1/2 African-American before it was gentrified in about the Kennedy administration, and a lot of the African-Americans were moved out. But their churches remain, and on the weekends many African Americans come from all over the suburbs and the other parts of the city to return to the church that their parents worshipped at as young children. See these all around Georgetown. I was showing this to my son the other day to explain what was going on with NATO. This is a private insurance company plaque, and in the old days you put this sort of plaque on your home to tell the fire department who was your insurance company. If you didn't have the right plaque, that insurance company's fireman wouldn't come and save your house. Kind of relevant to what NATO is all about right now, wouldn't you say? This place is covered with money, dollar bills over here. Up over there, there's two 500 euro notes. That's like $1,000 US. Look at that. Sometimes Penguin 6 eats healthy, and sometimes he doesn't. Let's run in front of a fire truck because it's fun. This is a heavy rescue squad coming for an emergency rescue of people trapped in an elevator in the Amazon bookstore. I kid you not, that's what's going on. 3040 M Street. It's either the Amazon or the Nike store. So, file this in Life in the Big City. I just was filming the fire truck back there, and 3 kids came running out of the Nike store with bundles of clothes in their hands, and they jumped into a waiting getaway car, and then they took off into traffic running a red light. The security guard from Nike came out after them, but too late. They got a bunch of clothes, all free. Hey guys, greetings from the US Capitol, where there's no fence. Yeah, the fence that was put up for the State of the Union was quickly and quietly taken down last night, in the middle of the night. So we can walk around the grounds. Maybe there's some fence we can go find on the other side. Let's go take a look. Both the House and Senate are both in session right now. The flag's flying over the House chamber. And I can tell you there's a flag over the Senate chamber. We just can't see it from this angle. We're going to make our way down Capitol Hill and see what's going on the other side. It's pretty quiet over here. So over there you can see the contractors coming down from the west portico and through this security gate, where they do their security screening out here. I don't know what these are, but they're about ready to bud, about ready to bloom. So there we can see all 3 flags. The main flag over the Capitol and the Senate, and the House chamber flag over here over the different chambers. Pretty quiet out here though, on the west front. There's a CDU team, a civil disturbance team, on their bicycles coming up the hill. Not going too fast. So you get a good view of the fence up there, which I've shown you many times. There you can see the end of the fence right there at the new Senate. It's a security guard in that booth. So now we're down here, and guess what? The fences are down, but also the snowplows are gone. The snowplows and trucks that they were using to block all the roads, which we thought would be in anticipation of a potential trucker protest, They're gone today. Maybe they'll come back this weekend. All that's left now is this bicycle rack fence, which I think I can hop over. Okay, guys. So we're on a bike on Pennsylvania Avenue on a beautiful day. Well, it's like in the 50s, so that's not beautiful, but the sky sure is pretty, no? Let's head down to the White House, see what's going on down there before we think about eating a second lunch. So there's a cabinet meeting going on here, and I see some of the vehicles. I'm sorry, that looks like State Department. I think that's Blinken's vehicle. Blinken is actually leaving for Brussels shortly, so that might be his crew ready to take him out to Andrews and the NATO meeting in Brussels tomorrow. So there's a cabinet meeting, and outside here you can see all the cabinet secretary Suburbans along with their bodyguards parked in a row. I think more are parked on the other side. Pretty quiet. Still digging out here. They got some tarps coming out. Cutting a pipe. He just sawed that pipe in half and now he's carrying it over. Looks like conduit pipe. Could be part of the conduit program. It's just plastic. So guys, that was my day. Thanks a lot for joining me. A couple of things. That was a State Department vehicle we saw at the White House, but it wasn't Anthony Blinken. The Secretary of State is on a plane. He just landed in Brussels for tomorrow's NATO meeting of foreign ministers. And also tomorrow, the president of Finland has flown over emergency-like to meet with Joe Biden. A lot of speculation about Finland and NATO. We'll know a heck of a lot more tomorrow. And if you're watching me, you'll see me down there. Maybe we'll see him go by. All right, thanks a lot for watching. Talk to you soon. Subscribe if you haven't. Bye-bye. One more thing. I didn't get a chance to film it today because it took place too early, but the Secret Service arrested 2 men down by the Ukrainian embassy today with AR-15s, bulletproof vests, and military equipment. It was thought to be possibly terrorist related, but then the 2 guys said, no, we're here to fight for Ukraine. So they were taken into custody for weapons charges, but not sure what's going to happen to those 2 guys. Anyway, I didn't get to film it, but I thought I'd mention it. All right, see you soon. Bye-bye.